Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines, Dating a Filipina course, episode 12, where we're looking at bringing your Filipina to your country. Now, this is certainly a very exciting time for you and your Filipina, and it will give you a chance to see how your Filipina will go living in your country and the different culture around that, and how she really handles that. Now, not all Filipinas will handle it well. Some will be excited when they first come to your country, and others will struggle at certain times. And it really depends how long you bring her to your country for that initial visit, which we'll go into in today's video. So stay tuned. So bringing your Filipina to your country for a period of time, whether it be 3 months or 6 months, or possibly even 12 months, will depend on you. This is on a tourist visa, so she's coming to your country as a tourist to see how you live, and if she might be able to fit into that environment and that lifestyle. Now, you're taking her away from the only environment she's ever known. She's got no family supports while she's there with you. You are everything in her world at this time. So as a result of that, this will either bring out the best or the worst in your Filipina. So you should get to see over a period of several months both sides of your Filipina. Now, getting a tourist visa to the US and Australia is not overly expensive. I think it's around about the $200 mark. I'm going to put a link below for our American friends where you can contact iVisa, and for around about the $200 mark they can have a tourist visa to the USA within about 5 days. And for those in Australia, I'll also put a link there to Down Under Visas, who Jeff Harvey there can organise a tourist visa from the Philippines to Australia for your Filipina. Now, when you apply for that tourist visa, you may be given an initial 3-month stay, and the conditions on that stay will vary depending on each case. So whoever probably processes it will decide whether or not after that 3 months she will have to go home, and then you can reapply to bring her back if you wanted to, or whether or not she can actually reapply while she's still in your country and extend that visa, so to speak. It will cost another fee, of course, but in my case, my wife came to Australia for 3 months, and then we extended it a further 9 months. So she had 12 months on that tourist visa in total. Now, as I say, it doesn't always work the same for everybody, and different countries also may have different rules. So check what the situation is in your country, and if you're not sure how to do a tourist visa, then check those migration agents who can certainly help you. Now, the idea of bringing her to your country is not just to give her a great holiday and have a great time together. It's more important than that. It's actually to see how she will go living with you and how you will go living with her. It's one thing to live apart from each other and think, oh, we're getting on great, but this is the real test. This is the audition, if you like, for marriage and living together and going the long term in the relationship together, especially for those that are planning to bring the Filipina to your country for the long term. So those that are not going to go and live in the Philippines with your Filipina and you intend to bring her to your country, this is a vital part of that strategy. And I believe this few months of her being in your country will either make or break your relationship. Now, at first, your Filipina is going to be so excited to be in a country that she's never been to before and to be with you. That's very natural. But as the time goes along, you might find a Filipina who has never been out of a country and never been away from her family and friends and her job and everything she's ever known will start to get homesick. That's a very, very common thing. Maybe after 2, 3, 4 months, she'll start to get very homesick and possibly even a little bit depressed. Now, that's not a reflection on you or her not wanting to be with you. That's a natural reaction from being away from her environment and everything she's ever known. So this is quite a common thing. Now, at this time, if this happens, you need to be very supportive. Don't criticize her in any way, as I say, because it is a natural thing. Be supportive of her and help her get through that time. It won't last forever. It may last a few weeks, but it will stop and then she will be very happy again to be with you. So really, guys, don't take that as anything personal against you. As I say, it's a natural thing for someone who's never been away from her home or family. And what I've found a good way to help your Filipina through this time as well is if you can find some Filipinas in your local community. And I know here in Australia they're everywhere, so they're in most communities throughout Australia, and they have Filipino community groups that you can look up on Facebook or on the internet, and maybe just try and find a few Filipinas there who may strike up a bit of a friendship with your Filipina or introduce her into the local Filipino communities, and that will make her feel a bit more at ease. It'll be something familiar to her own type of people who speak her own language, and she will start to feel a bit more comfortable straight away. And this is especially so if you're working in your country. So it's very unlikely you're going to be able to take 3 months or 6 months or 12 months off while your Filipina's there from your work. So you're going to be leaving her a lot of the time by herself while you go to work. Now, that can get very boring for her, but if she's got a few friends she can go to the shops with and get introduced to other people, maybe go to morning tea, have coffee with these people, then that's going to go a long way to stop her boredom while you're working. And be sure to spend quality time with her on weekends when you're at home together. Take her places, see things, and do stuff together that will give you great memories. So when she goes home, she's got a lot of memories there of the two of you doing some good things together, not just her staying at home while you're working. And let's not forget about the food situation, guys, that when she comes to your country or before she comes to your country, you might want to stock up on plenty of rice, maybe certain types of fish, fresh fish if possible, noodles, that sort of thing, the stuff that she's used to eating, maybe chicken, pork, that's the sort of stuff she's used to eating. She's not going to just dive right in and enjoy, a pie and chips or sausages or steak. That sort of stuff is not what she's used to. So make sure you put a supply of food in the house that she can cook up for herself, especially when you're not there. And that will go a long way to helping her feel more at home while she's with you in your country. And if you're not sure what sort of food that she might eat, then check it with her, ask her, and then get that sort of food into your fridge and freezer and pantry so she's right when she comes there. So as I say, guys, this is really the make or break of the relationship. And the outcome of that will largely depend on how you handle the situation having your Filipina there, how you handle her going into her depression or homesick state, and making her feel comfortable in the town or city where you live by hooking her up maybe with some friends, some Filipinas, and maybe even in the neighborhood if there's some trustworthy people there that can help look after her while you're at work. And one other very important thing is to make sure she has access to a computer or phone where she can contact her family via Facebook or whatever means that you're okay with her contacting her family by whenever she feels the need to do so. Doing this will allow her to draw on her own support networks from the Philippines, and it will help her with her homesickness and any depression that she may get while she's in your country. And don't forget to spend that quality time with her on the weekends if you're working, going away, long weekends away, that sort of thing, exploring the area you live in together, and that will go a long way into making this a very enjoyable time for the both of you. And moving forward, If you haven't already proposed to her and you're thinking you might want to do so, then before she goes home on this vacation, you may want to think about doing that and how you're going to do that. But we'll leave that to the next episode. So episode 13, we'll look more into that. So we hope you've been enjoying the Dating a Filipina course. If you have, of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And don't forget to share the video with those who may enjoy it in all your networks. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Take care and bye for now.